This is a model kit review of the Pontiac 1987 Firebird, the GTA. It's 1/16 scale. It's a very large box. It's by Revell, and it has that classic Pontiac Firebird. Here we've got some details here with dimensions, and then colors needed there. Let's see here on the back. We've got some additional pictures there, some recommended glue and paint and so on. Here are some pictures of the finished model. Beautiful pictures of a beautiful model. So let's have a look inside and see what we've got. These boxes are a little flimsy, but oh my goodness, that is very big. So let's start off with having a look. We're going to take out all these different sprues. Let's start off with this one here. Looks like everything is molded in whites. Get rid of that there. And there is the body, which is beautifully molded. It's a decent sized model car. We've got some details here on the engine bay with our uprights molded in there, and here's our fuel cap. It's a very large body. Over here we've got there's our front hood, and unfortunately these grills are not open, these vents. Here's our front bumper, rear bumper there. Got part of our, looks like maybe a wing there, and then our mirrors. Over here we've got our doors, and these are all very nicely molded. Do have a few little mold edges there. Those are fairly easy to get rid of. And then our pop-up headlights. There's the top and there's the front. So we've got our tires here, and these are vinyl. Looks like they're all the same size, but we've got some nice tread there. Now over here we've got, now let's do this one here. This is some more body pieces here. And looks like they're molded like that. Definitely have some mold edges there, mold lines. Part of our front bumper there for underneath, and then there is the rear spoiler. It's a bit irregular here. And then we've got our side mirrors there, and additional side mirrors. These are the skirts or runners for the side there. I'm guessing it'll go in like that. Okay. Now next here we have our glass, and that's quite nice to see how it's molded. They're molded in the rear defroster. And there's our front. It's a T-top, so we've got the roof glass there. We've got some headlight parts. There's our rear brake lights, and then headlights there. Looks like the windows come already wound down. Okay, next we're going to open this bag here of sprues. There are a lot of pieces here. We'll go through them. Here is our chassis with the floor pan. Got our fuel tank there. Engine mounts. Here are the seats, and front and back there. That's part of our headlights there. Looks like that might be part of our dashboard there. At least the dash cover. We've got a windshield wiper, a steering wheel, the central console, and there's the actual dashboard with the instrument cluster. All very nicely molded. Good level of detail, especially for a kit this large. You'd expect so. here we have got our cabin with the floor pan there, rear seats, and this is the trunk area here. We've got some engine parts there. There's the transmission molded on. We've got our rear axle there with the diff. Here's our drive shaft, and got some suspension parts there. Here's our exhausts and mufflers, and some more engine parts like the oil filter there, starter motor, and so on. So some very nicely molded parts there. Now here we have our wheels, and unfortunately these wheels have the back part on them, so it's not a wire mesh like you'd expect. It's very sad, because that's entirely possible. And there's the other side of them. Got some more engine parts there, exhaust headers there, camshaft covers, and so on. Here's our rear mirror, and I guess the additional lights. And over here we've got our suspension parts, and some additional engine parts there. This looks like it's probably part of our seat headrest maybe, and then looks like the other one is over here. There's other headrests. We've got a radiator with a fan shroud molded on. Got belts and pulleys. There's our steering column and steering rack. We've got our pedal box there. These are the door cards. Looks like we've got hinges on them, so it should be able to open and close. And maybe armrests there, and more engine parts there. So here's a part that's fallen off already. That looks like that's part of our steering rack. Well, maybe a wheel hub. It's a wheel hub with suspension there. Okay, let's have a look at our instructions here. And we do have some decals. So there are the decals there, very nicely printed. And two different sets of dials depending on which one you want, as well as different colors for the decals depending on which color you paint the body. Okay, so let's go through the instructions. Here are some details about the car, and here are the colors needed. We're going to start off with building the engine here, and then we put the tires and wheels together, and we're going to start to build the chassis and put together our rear axle. There's the rear suspension and axle going on, and sway bar, drive shaft, engine are then mounted. Now we're building the body parts with the glass, and looks like there's a cover for the hinge so that the rear will be able to open up. Doors are put together, and then we mount the doors also with their hinges so they can open up. Here's our central console. We start to build the cabin, and putting our seats together, and we mount the cabin on the chassis, and we're starting with the engine bay now. Here is the dashboard and steering column. That's all mounted onto the body, and then our pop-up headlights. And we mount the body onto the chassis, and some additional details here on the engine bay. Now here's the front suspension and wheel hubs, and then our front bumper, and that's the underside. There is our rear bumper, and rear glass and underside. There's the spoiler, and windshield wiper, and then our hood. So the hood should be able to go up and down as well. Put our wheels on there, and our side mirrors. That's the T-top, top glass going on there, and then decals. So all in all, very nicely molded. lots of detail. It's a bigger model. That'll be a great build.